even eat a food, while some eat good. So Glenn is food and Peter, they say the thing could run better, but Pharaoh head get harder and harder, holding firm to old school ideologies and personal perception in the midst of modern day recession and sufferation. The House of Parliament him freeze as if it's his, but as so the Constitution say, certain time in the year they don't must go there, but things are run red, man go lose the head. We are a playway country with a playway economy, cause no government representing we with a playway mentality. We become a playway country with a playway economy, only hungry belly and poverty with the playway mentality. So they say all business in town closed down and all man gas gauge reading E. So we're waiting for the pipeline to bust to run some money on us. Very soon will be the campaign, because the ink and finger thing coming again. In lotto and raffle we gamble, but for election we can't enable. And like Mr. Boris Hammond, they would come begging for one more dance, but we can't take that chance because them can't dance. They just jump and prance. We are a playway country with a playway economy, cause no government representing we with the playway mentality. We become a playway country with a playway economy, only hungry belly and poverty with the playway mentality. Well, I don't know if it's Teely or Winty or Kitty, but one of them have to lead a party to reorganize and to reform this country. But it's we who give the mandate, so go ahead and give us with date. But please don't let it be July 8. According to horoscope, this date represents empty plates, and we desperately long for a brighter day, so we can't continue in playway. We are a playway country with a playway economy, cause no government representing we with the playway mentality. We become a playway country with a playway economy, only hungry belly and poverty with the playway mentality. Playway country with a playway economy, cause no government representing.
The NDC administration failed in the first term, and they're begging for another one. Sing for them, sing for them. They go in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They go in the wrong way. The leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it into. They lie for the people. So many things they promise they go do. They say $700 not enough money. They go give 1,000 to them money. Soon as they get in power, the money program over. They go in the wrong way. One term NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They go in the wrong way. The leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it into. And here they say that they love the culture. The worst carnival we had in Grenada. 4 years now and things ain't getting better. And they keep pointing finger at one another. Carnival come and carnival go. Problems to pay price money, you know. They go in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run the country. They go in the wrong way. The leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it into. They go in the wrong way. In fighting for soul. They go in the wrong way. Remind us of the rebel. They go in the wrong way. Behaving too ignorant. They go in the wrong way. And they suspend parliament. Unemployment very high in this country. NDC, send back the CCC. Teachers and nurses ain't getting salary. No proper medical facilities. Crime is on the rise, you know. Young people killing more than before. Yellow. They go in the wrong way. One term NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They go in the wrong way. The leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it into. They used to talk about corruption. That was only an illusion.
Good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and pretty Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, wherever you are. Those of you listening locally, regionally, internationally, we say a special good night to our listeners out there in the U.S. My Brooklyn squad, Eric here. Good night, good night, good night. And you can't have a bakery without the bread. Good night to you, sir.
Change you want and change you get. And do nothing for St. Patrick's yet. Some people.
I'm saying a special good night to that listener. I didn't catch your name. Peter. Yeah, good night to you, Peter. Yeah, Peter made sure that I knew that I had up the wrong time. When I set up and I ran out and I didn't put the right time, and Peter made sure I had the right time. No, not that Peter, not that Peter. Hope you all have had a wonderful and productive day today. Camille Teresa Scott, I hear you this morning. You all, in case you don't know, Camille Teresa Scott has she had damsel stew. She had cocoa balls on sale. Yeah, so if you're heading up, make a little pass by and see what you could grab over by Auntie Cami, you know? Yeah, she does have some wicked cocoa ball. Take what I'm telling you. The real deal, especially if you're going up in the cold, you want to make sure you stock up on that, yeah? So you want to make sure you stock up on that if you're heading up. And remember, you could get your damsel stew. Relive your childhood and get some damsel stew. Or forget the conkles and all them thing and get them some damsel stew. You understand?
Remind us of the
we do apologize to the viewers on Facebook. Yeah, every now and again, Facebook has these little issues. So we were unable to get on Facebook, but we couldn't hold back. We had to get what we had to get done, eh? Just waiting for the magic number. Yeah, waiting to hit a magic number. When I see I hit that number, then we get into it one time. As I say, we just have a lot to speak about and a little bit of time to do it, So yeah, I think I might have to make the program 3 hours eventually. Yeah, I may have to do that. Extend the program to 3 hours.
About corruption.
So good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube. And those of you listening to us via 91.9, 91.5 Real FM. Good night to each and every one of you. My loving Miss Mary, I do apologize. I had to run out on Sunday, so I couldn't come down the hill. I could take the lash. As soon as I hit that magic number, we'll get onto it. Come on, folks. We got a lot to speak about. Send the message to all your friends and them. Talking points on. And we have things to talk about.
Jericho must be turning in the grave. Telling the wind of strength to be.
2 numbers are looking for it. Once we hit those numbers, that time to roll,
Fed up for true. Don't mind fuss with a tongue tie.
A lot of people contacted me today in relation to the statement of the Prime Minister as regards supporters of the NDC versus supporters of the NNP. And we won't get into that again a little later. Good night to you, sir. Mr. Alban Harris, good night to you.
For Grenada to
tell them again. Sing it for them, young song.
Grenada to grow. Yes, NDC must grow. For Grenada to grow.
We just grow the economy. We just grow it in size. We just grow employment. Man, we just grow money in the treasury.
Show me your button finger, we will deliver. Show me your button finger.
somebody message me. Let me know if the port workers get paid, because I know the last thing I heard they had not been paid. Yeah, the workers on the port, you know. The same people they always, Ministry of Finance, all they feel we don't know all they must be doing and thing there. Yes, you know that all they must be contacting the port multiple times a month to find out how much money they bring in, and all they desperate so, and all they turn on the port, how much money all they bring in, how much all they bring in this week? Yeah.
They have a problem.
All they busy, so I thought cash was overflowing, yeah.
For Grenada to grow, and the sea must go.
And also there's a situation I've been made aware of the workers at the Princess Alice Hospital. You have people who have not been paid there for the past 5 months. We know that the Minister of Health has said that basically nothing really take place in health for the last 2.5 years. But that includes as well not paying these people. Because for the last 5 months or so, come on, how do you really expect people to survive like that? I mean, look, forget the politics, drop everything else. Human being to human being, if you is a human being. Yeah? How you expect these people to survive? And various categories of people working at the Princess Alice Hospital, are just ain't paying the people? Or just ain't paying them? Boasting about we doing this and we doing that and we doing the other. Pay the people who have worked at the Princess Alice Hospital. The same way, government ministers making sure that by the 27th of the month, that their salary hits the bank or the credit union wherever they have their account. That they're making sure that their money hit their account. Make sure these people money hit their account too now. Some of them ain't working for much in the first place. Give them the money. You have people there, they have children. Again, they have children. They have to send their children to school. That involves bus fee. Or they say, they're giving lunch and thing, but you know, children, they need snacks, they need this, the other. You have to give them money for that. And plus, when the children home, what they go eat? Win? Because if all you ain't pay them, how they getting the food and so? Some of these people have to be contacting family members outside of Grenada to help them. And some of you listening there in the US know what I am saying is true. Because some of you who listening this program know that that is a fact. Because you have to send money to family members here who are working at Princess Alice and not being paid. It is unfair to these people. And then you have people who gallivanting and saying that is in their constituency and they're the minister and this and that and all kind of thing. And a simple situation, because this is a simple situation to deal with. Sometimes they like to make these things seem so complicated. I know during my time, we bounced up situations like that. Before that, someone, you may have skipped a payment for somebody. Some error took place within the system. The person was bumped off the system or whatever. And if you, as the minister, really care, you would keep on the permanent secretary to make sure that the situation is resolved. You would call daily until that situation is resolved. But if you don't care, situations like that could exist for as long as 5 months. That is unfair. These people deserve to get their money. You can't treat people like that. And don't forget, you still have the road workers that ain't getting money yet, you know. Some of them still owed from last year. We in March of 2025 and they still have people with money outstanding from 2024. Come on, man. That is unfair. Because they're making sure. Remember, when they came in, the first thing they do, they put a $2,000 on their salary. Well, actually, it's $24,000 that they put on their salary. No tax. They can't tax it. So they put it as an allowance. You cannot tax it. Then right after that, they go and they increase their salary significantly. They nearly double it. Then on top of that, they gave themselves another allowance on the parliamentary level. So these individuals rolling in the dough. But they're making sure that by the 27th, the 28th of the month, their money hitting their account. But when it comes to these workers, because they see these people, you see, these individuals see these people as nobody. That's the whole thing, you know. They see these people as nobody. They see these people as an annoyance. Pay the people. We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, how you do?
Not too bad, brother. So hear your voice a long time.
Yeah,
I was
man.
trying to call you last night.
Oh
I
dear.
couldn't get in touch with you at all because you were busy.
Well, you know how the line was running last night. But go right ahead, my brother.
Yes, man. So, look, I don't know what's going on in this place. I just don't know what's going on in this place, Mr. Scott. I have a cousin of mine just called me. They say, I working on the road, I just come into your program day too, and I hear you talking, so I said, let me give a call one time because when I call in, I don't get into you. Man, said me working on the road, and from last day, don't get paid. But the government have this money to spend for costume. I call it costume. Don't in bushes you $1,000 and you can pay workers.
No, but let's hold on, caller. I want to make a distinction here because I don't want to be accused of allowing people to go with the wrong perception. The NDC as a political party, if they're giving $1,000 to somebody for an activity, that's the NDC political party. The government is different. What I would hold them to account for is that they could talk about drone show in Independence this year when they can't even tell you how much for the drone show last year. When they could go through all of what you might consider to be wastage, when they can spend the kind of money that's being spent for the Prime Minister's residence. And you had these people owed since last year.
Yes, but Sheldon Scott, there was a document put out that you get even when it was on my phone. Mm-hmm. They're giving $1,000 for the best cost for the best outfit.
Again, caller, that is the NDC. There's a difference. Government is government. NDC is NDC.
What I'm saying, Sheldon, they make up the government as well.
No. Let's be clear here. Understand where I'm coming from. NDC is NDC. That's a political party. They have their own treasurer, their own finances, their own money. If they want to take out of their own money and give somebody $1,000 or something, that's one thing. The government, if they were taking $1,000 from government and give to somebody in an NDC activity, that was different. So let's make sure we don't want people leave with the wrong impression and say we're giving wrong information or we're trying to lie to people here or twist things to people. Yeah.
My nephew right now since last week don't get paid.
No, I know several people in the same situation and they meet me and tell me.
The man crying up for me. Thank God I had money. I have to give me $20. See why things real bad. I said, you vote and put them there because I didn't want you. I said, I tell you about it. I said, don't vote for them because they don't care about people. Tell me, man, NC all the way. No, he's balling. And I told him out. Because I realized he had a baby. And the baby need help. Because I don't know how to go far. But it's really tough in this country for some people.
Mm-hmm. And you know the problem, brother? A lot of folks are afraid to speak out. They are afraid to speak out. And the thing is, you can't fault them. Not everybody like me that would come and do a program and say, well, me afraid none of them, let them do what they want to do. As much as they threaten, not everybody like that. Some folks may say, well, okay, they have their children. They have children who in university or want to go university, and they know that this government victimizes. You see, I know that no matter what, me wouldn't get nothing from them and I ain't going to them for nothing. I will do it out. I will survive. But there are other people that may not be able to say that in the way I may be able to say that. So they are afraid. Yeah, but
you want to lose your work.
What I want every single person who is afraid right now to call a radio program and talk the truth. Every single person who, when they hear the NDC saying something, decide, I'm going to stay quiet. You see me, if I talk, next thing they do me this or they do me that. Every person who is already being victimized, I want them to know the day will come for their liberty.
They can remain nothing.
Yeah, but the day will come for their liberty. And every time the sun sets is a day closer to that day. Today, right now, is one day closer to that day. It will come.
Somebody tells them to go in. He tells them already yet, but these fellas only talking with their mouth and they don't mean what they say. They saying one thing and they don't mean what they say because they're doing the opposite.
Man, it's sad. It's sad. And look, I'm getting more messages. While I'm sitting here, I'm getting more messages in relation to the situation at Princess Alice. Yeah, because you have people who are working under the minimum wage. The government continues to do this with both the people working at Princess Alice, other facilities, and those who clean in the schools and so on are also being paid under the minimum wage. The government continues to break the same thing that they put in and boasting about. They're breaching it.
I hope when the day come, they pull them out.
Well,
Make sure they get them out.
I think we have to continue pushing that message, my friend.
Yes,
that
man.
if you feel victimized now, if you are victimized now, if you in some form feel afraid to call a radio program, you want to be able to call and say you agree with the government or you disagree with the government. You want to be able to call and do that. You could have done it during the period of the New National Party. You could have done it there. And you know for a fact that what I'm saying is truthful. You could have done it there. And you can't do it now. You know what to do when election day come. Vote them out.
Vote them out. You see the crowd we have in Bush, you ready for them. 15 seats. I say, hey, man. I think you may talk about a 15 seats, boss.
We'll get to that in a while.
Yeah, don't worry. Boss, have a good night, man.
Yeah, man. Bless up, bro. All right, man.
Really touching me.
Don't hurt your head. All right, my brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Right.
Bless.
Yes, indeed. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Let's go to the phone lines. Oh, boy, we lost that one. Yeah, folks, there still seems to be a problem with the overseas. It's not originating in studio. It seems to be a general problem with different aspects of the internet and so. So the overseas line is still giving a problem, but you can still call us on 440-7377, and you can call us on the WhatsApp line. As you know, the lines are open. You can call. Yeah. So you have the cleaners at the school. Yeah, certain other people within the Ministry of Education. Same problems, you know. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
We're good, my brother.
Trouble, man. let me hush and let you talk. Go ahead, brother.
Survival in Grenada now depends on what part of Grenada you live. If they consider where you live in an NMP zone, you starve, eh? That's what a brother saying in the Sheldon. No, Sheldon. No. I don't know. We have a serious problem.
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon, if push come to push, we could have a situation as what went down in Rwanda. Because you know what will happen now? If I have my neighbor next door to me, based on what the Prime Minister said, if I have my neighbor next door to me, and I see he getting everything, he's INDC, and he getting everything from the government, and because I support the government, nothing for me, but at the same time, that neighbor getting everything, that neighbor might be bashing me. That neighbor might be taunting me. Sheldon, things could boil over in Grenada. We could have a serious problem, you know. Because based on how they operate, with the ignorancy and the illiteracy, with this party law, Sheldon, that's a serious thing this guy doing. Is he have any leadership in him? I don't think so, Sheldon. I'm going to be a certificate. That has nothing to do with Sheldon. If you don't have leadership in you, education, yeah, you know, Sheldon. And what we're seeing there, and my brother, holy dog man, one love.
Trouble, man. Have a good night, sir. I was afraid what Trouble man calling. I had to keep a hand on the button. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, brother Sheldon.
My brother, how you doing?
I'm okay, brother Sheldon.
They said they bury you.
I feel not very solid as a rock.
Joke they making. What do them? You better go and watch your own seat.
They don't know Northwest people.
When you get bad, we ain't even staying in Northwest and we go in and take his seat.
We taking his too. Right? He taking his too, brother Sheldon. I live in St. John Hatfield more than 40-something years now. And I remember whenever NDC in governance, the people of St. John always suffer under NDC when they governance. I remember the people walking on the side of the road, not from St. John's Northwest. I also remember, Sheldon, when the preschool was over Colonel shop was in operation. I need painting. You have people from the town that came up and paint the preschool. So a lot of people, a lot of things that used to be taking place in St. John Northwest as work and thing, or people outside the constituency that come and do it. And I also remember again, Brother Sheldon, again, that you have a young lady that vote for NDC in one of the election, and they won the election, and she went to them for a job. In order to and told her, she from Northwest, go back to Dr. Mitchell, let Dr. Mitchell give her work. The NDC don't like the people of St. John Northwest. I know what they do with them because they constantly vote for Dr. Mitchell, so they hate Dr. Mitchell. What I wanted to do is people of St. John Northwest, they know Dr. Mitchell, they love him, and he is someone that always be among the people of St. John Northwest, moving around, talking to them, and with no pilot will be coming and run and see they go win. Lacroix get some vote, but the person who will come in there, they will getting less vote. So we are selling Iraq. No matter what they try, they will come second.
Now here what we're doing. We have to make sure they lose the deposit.
They have to lose it.
They have to lose the deposit. They ain't even getting a 3% of the vote. We have to make sure that they lose the deposit. We have to make that point in St. George Northwest. And I'll play something later and you're going to understand why.
Yeah. Actually, I remember I was in a meeting. I told somebody that the person that I hate they talking about, if they get quite of the vote that I get, they get a lot.
What vote they might get? Dot.
Bingo.
Yeah, that's the right name. All right, bro. You have a good one. 440-737-347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Let me see if I could grab that call quick before you go. And I think I have grabbed it. Yeah. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Scott. How are you doing, sir?
I am quite fine, my dear. How are you?
I'm good enough. Mr. Scott, I'm very sad.
Why are you sad?
You see the same thing came up during the election time of putting up your light, but you see how we turn it on? These people really dabbling. We as believers in Grenada, we really had to pray. And God allowed them. He allowed them. Tell them it's not them, because God is the overall ruler of everything. He said the earth and the fullness is his. So let them think that Grenada belonged to them. They're making a sad mistake. So he put up the light again and he turned it on and he talked about all who gone before them. They're still dabbling, but the better dabble good. Because God, when he ready for us as people who do not honor him and taking his name in vain, look out. He coming for them. So I want to say this, that what is happening and what this man is saying is not good. We are sinking, and we're sinking fast, and people have to realize what he's saying and what they are doing. And again, I'm calling as true believers that we have to continue to fast and pray, so God will turn things around. In Jesus' name. Good night, Mr. Scott. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, my dear. Always inspirational. Thank you so very much. 440-737-347-329-3101. Folks, the phone lines are open. 440-7377. And yeah, well, I can't call the next one because it seems to be giving some problems. Well, call if you get through, but probably it might work. I don't know. I don't think it will. But if it does work, we'll see what's going on. So 440-7377. Give us a call either directly or you can call on WhatsApp. So if you're outside of Grenada, remember you can call us via WhatsApp as well. Huh? Nice, yeah. And we have a caller on the line. Hello, good night. Oops, sorry. Hello, good night. Yeah, hello, caller. Hello. Okay. Yeah, we ain't getting that one. Yeah, caller, you'll have to call back 440-7377 329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get back onto the inside. Yes, indeed. So yeah, folks, that problem is a problem that continues. We are having a situation where there are people working within the Ministry of Education to whom the increase in minimum wage has not been applied. They are not receiving it. And we're talking over a year now, but the increase in minimum wage have not been applied to those people. And folks, I'll have to say, if you're calling on private, we will keep your call private and we will not answer, so it doesn't make sense even trying, yeah? Right, 440-7377, please on private your number and call 440-7377 347-329-3101. Well, I still call you that number anyway. Yeah. So, you still have that situation that exists within the Ministry of Education where you have these categories of workers who are not receiving their salaries. You also have, and let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good night.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I've been listening to a program this morning with a young lady from Chile saying certain things have to change.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things have to change, because voting now. When they taught us in school, X is wrong. So they have to change the voting thing from a X to a P.
I understand where you're going.
Yeah, well, so what? Okay, why not learn in school? And X, when you get some to your English language wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So why is a X we put in? We're supposed to put a P if we want to vote. So that this election thing is a fake.
Let me tell you this, sir. Why the X is because back in the days when they started these things, and I'm not even talking about the 50s or so on, even before that, the 40s all down there, many people were not literate and they wanted to ensure that everybody would have an opportunity to participate. Most people, hold on, no, listen to me, I'm explaining it to you. So many people who could not write their name, what they would do on documents is they would make an X. So basically, everybody may not know how to make the other marks, but everybody knew how to make an X. Even if you couldn't sign your name, if you go into the registry right now, into some documents from back in the 30s, the 20s, all down there, it's an X on some of them. So that's why.
The new century, the new millennium, so we want that change. We need that to change.
No, but I'm just telling you how it came about. It was because you wanted to ensure that everybody could participate, whether they were literate or illiterate. So they used the easiest symbol possible.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but what I'm trying to tell you now, everybody has sense now. So we need this thing to change if you want to support.
You're sure everybody has sense? Why does you hear some people talking some stuff every day? I ain't too sure on that one, nah? But I do understand. No, hold on. I do understand where you're coming from. What has happened? What has happened in many islands now is that they have moved to electronic voting. You go in, you share a circle, and you put your ballots into the machine. The problem, because there's a problem on one of the islands with that now, apparently they were counting ballots and some ballots get stuck in the machine and all kind of situations. So
that problem I find that was going with the election,
Yeah.
This is the last election, I find that was going because something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And right now we're feeling it.
Yeah, my brother. I understand. But I do agree with you that it's 2025. Time for us to upgrade.
Yeah, we have to upgrade. You listen to that program this morning with that lady, the teacher lady from Chile?
I didn't get a chance to listen to radio this morning.
That was a nice program, man, because certain things she said, in the alphabet now, the song of words, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, new millennium, so things have to happen different. You understand?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for your time, you know what I mean? But that's the point I wanted to make.
And thank you for your input, brother. It's very welcome.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot.
All right, thank
you know, the father that gave me that inspiration to make all the world know what's going on.
Yeah. Yes.
So respect, all the best until the next time.
All right, thank you so very much.
Yeah, respect, Daddy.
Yeah, man. And the folks, let me let you all know this too, because the caller say inspiration, probably really inspiration and truth. Because I've actually heard that the folks who've been involved in selling those voting machines throughout the region, I know of at least 2 elections that they've been used in within the last month, those voting machines. So instead of just doing a ballot and put it in a box, what you're doing instead of making an X is they're putting circles, and you shade the circle, and then you put the ballot into a machine, and the machine automatically counts. So it gives a count. At the end of the day, the machine would give a count, and to say, well, person A or person B has won. And then you also have a situation where you can check the physical ballots that have gone into the machine. So that system has been used in two islands. And notice, I'm not saying whether we should or shouldn't go for it. Yes, we need to change certain things. But I can tell you that from my information, the very same people who have been hawking that machine, those machines throughout the region, have been in Grenada within the last month as well. So you may very well hear that they're looking to go high-tech with voting and so in relation to general elections. Do not be surprised if you hear it. It will involve, though, quite a bit of training, quite a bit of information being put out to the Grenadian people, especially for the elder folks who may not understand fully the system, all that kind of thing. But we ain't reached there yet. Yeah? But just as the caller raised the issue, because I did hear within the last week or so, I did hear that those folks who were dealing with those machines throughout the region, trying to get different countries to buy them, were in Grenada trying to make a sale in relation to them. 440-7377-347-329-3101. We've got a caller. Hello, good night.
Yes, Sheldon, good night. What's up?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm okay, man.
All right, go right ahead.
Today, I went and I work today, and I heard some people talking and saying, it looked like NDC go win the election. I say, well, I don't really believe that. But anyway, I hear they talking, and I find they talking like the third sense. Yes, so I don't understand what they're really saying, you know.
Let me say this, sir. The only way that could become reality is if people like me, you, and everyone listening to this program don't do the job that we should do. If we don't encourage other people to vote for the new national party, and people who support to get up early on election morning, not after 12 I go see if I could go, but be in the line early and vote them out.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to do the work to make sure that does not become a reality. They're hoping, here's what the NDC is trying to do. They're trying to make NNPites despondent. They're trying to make NNPites afraid. They're trying to make you want to join their bandwagon because you're afraid. Yeah, that's what they want. But we know better than that. NNPites are not stupid people.
True.
Yeah, we are not stupid people. We know very well what they're trying.
And the next thing they're trying again, they want to be permanent. The other like my Bishop overthrow. The other overthrow the NNP, I mean. Yeah.
My friend, there are many pretenders to the throne of who is the next Maurice Bishop. But one thing that they must remember is how the story of Maurice Bishop ended.
Okay, yeah, true.
Yeah?
If you call on the spirit, what I mean by that is how they're talking.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, they want to be permanent, they want to be forever, you know?
Yeah.
Like them could be the government doing it forever.
Yeah, they could stay there and wish that.
All right, okay.
All right, my brother.
Yeah, that's the point I wanted to bring across.
Thank you so very much, my brother. Much appreciated.
All right, good night. Okay, take care.
I'll say this, though. What they don't realize, you see, they have this concept in the head of the average voter who supports the new national party. And they have a very low opinion of people who they believe support the new national party. They see the new national party supporters as nobody. They see them as the lowest of the low. And they see themselves looking down on people who support the new national party. Yeah? But what they do not realize is that when the time comes, the same people they're looking down on are the ones they're going to be going to ask for a vote. Yeah? So they're looking down on you and they're calling you all kind of names because you have supported the new national party over the last few years. You are the ones who voted and put the new national party in power 15-0. The new national party didn't walk into parliament with gun and say, we take over here. The new national party didn't go by the GG and say, yo, you're the swaying us. The NNP never did that. I'm going back to the GG just now. Yeah. The new national party didn't do that. the new national party, your new national party, ran an election campaign, put forward a programmatic platform that the people of Grenada decided that they wanted. And after being successful with that programmatic platform, the people voted the new national party in again and again and again. And when they decided to give the NNP a rest, they gave the NNP a rest, and they realized while NNP in rest, they in mess. So they came back and they gave the new national party the opportunity once again. Yeah? So it is not a situation that people do not understand, and people understand very well. Yeah, people understand very well. So you get your base out. Just remember, the base of the new national party is much larger. But not everybody is me. Not everybody is some of you listening to this program who will come out there in NP function and say, well, that is all your business. Not many of you are public servants and are willing to come out and say, well, I support the new national party, or attend an activity. You're afraid. Listen, I told you all. I stood up in town speaking with a civil servant. By the time that civil servant got back to their office, they were taken off of the ministry chat. They were taken off of 2 other chats. They take them off of it because they stood up talking to me in town. And the thing is, we were speaking nothing government related. But it's like, I'm a plague. So when they come and they speak to me now, it's a problem for these people. We have a call online.
Hey, good night, Sheldon.
Hey, how you do, bro?
I doing very well. Good night, talking points.
Go right ahead, man. Cut and go through.
Yeah, so Sheldon, for the last 2 years and basically 8 months or more, I've been saying, listen carefully to what the NDC mouthpieces are saying. Listen carefully to what Deacon is saying, PM Deacon. And look today, we are seeing exactly what I'm saying. These men, your program, Jenny program, Andre program, Mr. Pierre program, are warning us Grenadians of what these people are doing. And I am one person that keeps saying that these people, this NDC is not dependent on the Grenadian vote to win an election. If you have to pay people to come to your rally and then go and gloat and boast and say, you see crowd, something is wrong with you. If you, as a political party, not the government, have to go on your pages and put up dog whistles, blind dog whistles, where they stand a foot, it tells you something. The word on the ground, Sheldon, I am in town every living day, especially in the south. And I'm seeing the business places. The places are very gloomy. The people that are shopping in these places that I just be to on a daily basis, basically tomorrow be most of the places in the south, is foreigners. And Caucasian like that, not Grenadians. There are places that open, supermarkets, that you're hardly seeing a Grenadian national shopping in there, even though their prices are cheap. Very rare. I have noticed that more than once, many occasions. I'm in the south every day. So I don't know how these men getting on the ground and saying the cost of living is dumb and unemployment and they can't find workers to work. Listen, that's a facade, right? Because you can find people to work, ties, you can find capitals, is where you look. The problem is what they're trying to do, they're trying to say that they hire everybody and they're giving everybody work because Carriacou is not a mess, and that's what they're trying to say. Look right now, there are people that basically asking for a job. They're literally asking to come and cut your yard for you, do things for you. So what the NDC is doing, and I said the NDC is a political party, they have their base of people that they will make call programs in the morning, try to display what they're saying. They go as far as to cross Uncle Wagiti for me bingo. That's how nasty they are. That's the same political party. You heard on their platform in a rally where they had a speaker that was saying, if your child does not agree with you to vote for the NDC, throw them out. That is their modus operandi. So I don't know why we get surprised. Why are we surprised? I am not surprised. All what they say today hasn't surprised me one bit. The crowd hasn't surprised me one bit. Because one thing I know with NNP, when the time ready to come out, they just come out. But once again, do your work. Look at the voters list. Pay attention to the parliamentary elections office and what is going on. And before I leave, I want to congratulate Honorable Emmalin Pierre on officially being sworn in as leader of the opposition, His Majesty's opposition. I want to wish her a happy anniversary. And Ms. Japal George, she did a very good job this morning on GBA to the point. although there were 3 callers, one in particular, that has to be put in its place, but that's for another time. But Sheldon, you have a good night.
All right, thank you so very much. And folks, yeah, that's when I mentioned earlier to come to the GG in a little bit, yeah. The Honorable Emmalin Pierre was sworn in today as leader of His Majesty's opposition. No fanfare, no prior notice, just a last minute thing of, well, yeah, look the document. Come and sign here. Just a last minute thing. And I find it to be most troubling that it took place in that manner. When the Honorable Tobias Clement took the office of leader of Her Majesty's opposition in those days, when he took that office, he had prior notice. He knew what day he had to come and who to bring. He could bring some people with him and get some photos and that sort of thing. When the Honorable Dr. Keith Mitchell took his oath as leader of His Majesty's opposition, Her Majesty's opposition back in those days, sorry. When he took that oath, he had a specific day. He knew that he was swearing in on that day. We're able to bring supporters around and so on for that. Now you have the Honorable Emmalin Pierre becoming the leader of His Majesty's opposition, and you have a situation where it's like a last minute thing. So yeah, watch, come here. Why that kind of treatment? Why? I'm trying to understand. And I would really like to know from the Governor General's office why that particular approach was taken, when we know traditionally when folks are swearing into these things. Look, the last time you had government ministers changing portfolios and they got to have their cameraman there. They lock out the rest of the media, but they were able to have their cameraman there and they were able to have other people there. They could invite their friends and their family. Honorable Emmalin Pierre was quickly broadsided with this thing to the point that she could not even get her family members, her mom and so on, to come. Couldn't even organize your family members to come out to go and see this thing. That only the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters and the Honorable Clarice Modest could have gone. And that's most likely because they was down in town already. Other than that, if they were up in their constituency, forget that. But this is madness. As far as I'm concerned, this is disrespectful to the New National Party. I need to put it on record in my view. I'm not speaking on behalf of the NNP, in my view. Let me repeat again, in my view. I find this to be disrespectful to the New National Party, disrespectful to the membership of the New National Party, and disrespectful to the other MPs who have supported the Honorable Emmalin Pierre to become leader of His Majesty's opposition and the constituents that they represent. I find it to be most disrespectful. I don't know, maybe they didn't want the spectacle of the Honorable Emmalin Pierre coming there and receiving her instruments of appointment in a proper manner with her family there and with other supporters being there and it being broadcast or so on. Maybe they didn't want all of that happening, but it's not up to them to don't want it happening. Their job, the Governor General's office job, is to carry out the appointment. That's it. Carry out the appointment. And I would have thought that between the time that Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell announced that he was stepping away from that position and that every Grenadian knew that the Honorable Emmalin Pierre was about to assume that position, that was enough time for the Governor General's office to contact the goodly lady and say to her, on this day at this time is when we would like to do your swearing in, instead of sort of broadsiding her with it. Disgusting. I said it. I don't like it. It was not nice, and it is disrespectful to supporters of the New National Party. Put that on record. 4407377. Yeah, you can't do that thing. And today, and let's also say, apart from congratulations, let's say a happy anniversary to the Honorable Emmalin Pierre and Mr. Tafawa Pierre. Honorable Emmalin Pierre, I mean, you know, Auntie Emma had she outfit there and thing already put aside. You know everybody had the outfit put aside for this thing. What kind of behavior is that, man? Yeah? You just call out the lady, last minute thing, come and collect, like just come and collect that. You know? That's the kind of thing I believe. Like it was a case of just come and collect that. Why? I see that to be disrespectful to the membership of the New National Party. Severely disrespectful. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Gentlemen, good night. Sir.
Good night, my dear. How are you?
Don't worry. Have faith in God.
I have a lot of faith in him.
He go for Michelle seat, but tell him what he own.
Well,
tell him what he own.
Tell
him leave Emma alone. Leave Emma alone.
They're afraid. They're afraid. Imagine just to give the woman an appointment in a proper, decent, dignified manner according to protocol.
Everybody say that. Everybody calling there and saying what's going on in the place. That's all. You know what's going on? Good in power.
The day will come.
Don't worry. God is in control. He had to go and he had to go. Later. Good night.
All right, my dear. 440-7377 347-329-3101. I'm very sorry for those of you that usually call on the overseas line. Due to no fault of our own in studio here, it is not operational. So it's not on our end. Just making sure that you all know that. Yeah, I just had to register that one. That is disrespectful. Yeah? Here it is. You're swearing in the second woman to ever hold the position of leader of His Majesty's opposition in Grenada. In fact, she is the first woman to hold the position of leader of His Majesty's opposition. The last person held the position of leader of Her Majesty's opposition. But yet still the office is a continuous office. So she's the second individual to hold that office. And the second woman from St. Andrew Southeast to hold that office. We have a caller online. Hello, good evening.
Oh, good night, sir.
How are you doing?
Quiet, you know.
All right, you go right ahead. You're live.
Let me give you a lean-in. Is the La Grenada related to the late Maurice Bishop?
Yes, they are, as far as I know.
Okay. So I'll just leave it right there. Right?
Okay. All right, my brother. Thank you. I didn't think of that one. But what I would say is that when you hold that particular portfolio, you are not to be an active participant in the politics. Let me repeat. When you hold that particular position, you are not to be an active participant in politics. I think that the Honorable Emmalin Pierre deserves at least an answer to the question I am asking, not her, as to why what was done in the way that it was done. Yeah? But they're afraid of her having 400 or 500 people show up at a location for her to be sworn in as opposition leader. Are they afraid that? Yeah? Or they still want the afterglow of what was taking place? Was this the doing of the Governor General or other people? Why was it done in the way that it was done? Yeah? I say it. I'm done with it. 440-7377. I ain't done with it. But 440-7377. Yeah, far from done. Nah, I ain't done. Nah. I was going on done, but I ain't done. Far from done. No. Folks, let me say something here as well. Good night to my St. Lucian listeners. Where are my St. Lucians in the house? Good night to my St. Lucian listeners. Good night to my Dominican listeners. Good night to all our regional listeners. Hey, look, my partners. Hey, yeah, man. I agree with you. I agree with you, brother. My real brethren. Oh, yes. I'm seeing some comments from a good friend of mine there. And I'm going to come to those comments in a little while. But it was disgusting what was done. Disgusting. There's no other way to describe it. Disgusting what was done to the Honorable Emmalin Pierre. Yeah? It was disgusting. It is a disrespect to each and every person who call themselves a supporter of the New National Party. Yeah, I said it. Now, folks, we have a situation here. where some regional leaders came in and became combatants in our politics. Now, over the years, the new National Party has had various prime ministers, political leaders come to Grenada, address crowds and so on, and speak to people and that sort of thing. That has happened from ever since I've known I've been around the new National Party. I've seen the late Edward Siaga. I saw him come into the Grenada Trade Center. So I've seen Edward Siaga. I've seen Bruce Golden at one time. I've seen Alan Chasney recently, Andrew Holness. I've seen Portia Simpson-Miller. I have seen the late Prime Minister Owen Atta of Barbados. I've seen various prime ministers come to functions of the new National Party. Hold on the phone calls for a little while. Come to Grenada and speak at conventions and women's convention. Olivia Babsy Grange out of Jamaica. Miss Compton out of St. Lucia. And I'm not speaking about the last Compton. The other Compton that was a parliamentarian that came before her and so on. So it is something that we see happen from time to time. What I have never seen is somebody be as ungrateful as I've seen some people be there, and downright nasty as some people have been on the platform of the NDC this Sunday gone. And this is what I'm speaking about. For instance, and I'm just going to use one instance from this person for my friends out there in St. Lucia. I'm just going to use one instance of your Prime Minister when he was speaking here on Sunday. And I'll tell you why I'm using this example. Because for some reason, the NDC seems to think that a position that is rotating, in other words, everybody does get a little bite on it, of Carriacou chairman is something to boast about. Becoming Carriacou chairman is nothing to boast about. It is automatic according to your position. In other words, it's A, B, it goes in alphabetical order. So when it comes down to you, if you happen to be the Prime Minister in the chair in Grenada at that point in time, you get the bly as Carriacou chairman. Right? That is how it happens. So it is not something that you went out there and you go throughout Carriacou and you go on a campaign in each country to become Carriacou chairman. It is not a situation that some vote was taken and all the other heads say, well, they believe you are the best person to hold the position of Carriacou chairman and they give you. Dr. Mitchell held that position several times. Many other regional leaders, with the exception of yours in St. Lucia right now, St. Lucia, have held that position over the years. Yeah? It rotates. It goes from country to country according to alphabetical order. And it seems as though the one in St. Lucia may never get because he's going to lose the election anyway. But anyway, let me don't say that. Right. Folks, I want you to listen for a short while, short while, to the Prime Minister of St. Lucia speaking on the NDC platform here. And I'm specific to the statement that he's made. He made a lot of other nonsensical statements, but just this one in particular.
And he also, your Prime Minister, was the chair of Carriacou. Now I there before him, I never chaired Carriacou. But he chaired Carriacou, and he chairs Carriacou and had to go through this crisis in Haiti, and he led Carriacou in a very, very important way. Because we must think about our comrades in Haiti, and Deacon Mitchell worked, and today, if there is improvement in Haiti, is because of some of the work done by Deacon Mitchell.
The Prime Minister Pierre, this is the same man that deported a bunch of Haitians when they was trying to come here for safety. We ain't saying that you should have keep them, but just remember, when you're talking about him and we must care about the people in Haiti, just remember the individual you on stage talking about there is an individual that deported a pile of Haitians. And you're saying what? I want to hear the final part of what he was saying there about if the situation in Haiti improves is due to him. Okay, let's hear.
We must think about our comrades in Haiti, and Deacon Mitchell worked, and today, if there is improvement in Haiti, is because of some of the work done by Deacon Mitchell. If there is improvement in Haiti, is because of some of the work done by Deacon Mitchell. If there is improvement in Haiti, is because of some of the work done by Deacon Mitchell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if there's improvement in Haiti, it's due to some of the work done by Deacon Mitchell. And let me see where Reuters is by. Reuters, yeah. I think I have Reuters. I think I have Reuters somewhere here. Right, yeah. Let me see what Reuters had to say about. So, and if things going good in Haiti, it had to be because of Deacon Mitchell. But we would therefore extrapolate from that as well, that if things going bad in Haiti, we know who to blame, right? Nice, yeah. Because if it's good due to works that he do, we would reserve the right for if things going bad, what the situation is. Yeah, and now this thing decided he want to play. What does do all the why? Stop that. Yeah, now he decided they want to play because the situation in Haiti has actually gotten worse. They're trying to make it look now like he did so much good work in Haiti, and all this good work he did in Haiti right now that the people of Haiti are in a better off position because of Deacon Mitchell. I mean, they had to try and sell the thing, yeah? They had to try and sell the thing as much as possible. What's going on in Haiti right now? Let's see if we could find out what's going on in Haiti.
Till before dawn on Tuesday, the violence reportedly left several people dead in the Port-au-Prince neighborhood of Delmas 30. Reuters saw people fleeing the gang violence, carrying their belongings, mattresses, and in one graphic clip, what appeared to be a body in a wheelbarrow. Local Alexis Josue was among those leaving the area.
I used to live at Delmas 30, but now I don't know whether to go up or down, whether to turn left or right. Why are we in this situation? Wherever they go, we run. We haven't slept since the day before yesterday because everyone was panicking. But now they've finished us at Delmas 30. Today is the end.
Gangs continue to operate unchecked in the Caribbean nation.
Just remember, according to Philip J. Pierre, if things going good in Haiti is Deacon, right? Yeah, you come here in we country to try and convince us that we Prime Minister fix Haiti. There's Haiti this week gone, right? Yeah, just know the same Haiti. Philip J. Pierre come here telling us that Deacon Mitchell fix. This is the Haiti this week.
More than 1 million Haitians, close to 10% of the Caribbean's most populous country, have been internally displaced. That's after a years-long conflict in which the gangs, who are armed, well-funded and in a broad alliance, have expanded and cemented their control over much of the capital and surrounding areas. Police did not respond to Reuters' request for comment. Local rights group RNDDH said that they were not yet able to estimate a death count of Tuesday's events, but they heard reports of several people being killed or shot and several houses set on fire.
Around 15 people died in Delmas 30. I have a friend who sells meat at the market there, and they burned him in front of his child. I know a woman who lived very close to me, and they took her and her child and burned them. Spread the word. Tell the Americans to give us a chance to save Haiti.
One resident who spoke to...
Just remember that the same Haiti Philip J. Pierre stand up on a stage in Grenada and saying Deacon Mitchell had to take the credit for anything positive going on in Haiti. So I hope he's taking credit for what's going on in Haiti right now. Nice, right? Yeah.
To be identified, made an appeal to Jimmy Cherizier, the former policeman who leads the Vive Ensemble gang coalition, a group with ambitions to become a political party.
What has the population done to them? The population is fleeing, and they don't know where to go. When I look at that, I feel bad because...
Yeah, folks, yeah, so I hope when Philip J. Pierre hear that what's going on in Haiti right now, I hope he know who to give the credit to, Yeah, because you're coming here to try and tell Grenadians that we are the best Prime Minister. Yeah, because what is going on in Haiti? And so he's the one that fixing Haiti, isn't it? He's fixing Haiti. Yeah, he's fixing Haiti. That's what's going on in Haiti right now. But people stand up there and Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister, come from outside and telling us that we Prime Minister is the best Prime Minister and he love him so much. And yeah, he go do anything to help him and all of that. Yeah, that is where Philip J. Pierre. Philip J. Pierre, watch, go and solve what's going on down in Dennery and them place and them there and Micoud. Yeah, go and solve what's going on in Soufre. Go and sort out them kind of thing. Yeah, and down in Vieux-Fort. Go and solve the situation in Vieux-Fort to see if police could enter certain areas of Vieux-Fort now. Before you come here to tell us that we Prime Minister is the best Prime Minister and he fixing Haiti. You can't even fix Viewport in St. Lucia, but you want to come here and tell us about and lie to us about we Prime Minister, and as Carriacou chairman, he was able to do this and he was able to do that and blah, 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 blah.
And today, if there is improvement in Haiti, it's because of some of the work done by Deacon Mitchell.
Yeah, yeah, so today, if it's some of the work done by Deacon Mitchell, all right, okay, no problem. No problem, sir. No problem. All right, nice. No problemo. Right? But you know what? Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, take the same kind of plane and come here and trying to talk about. Let me hear Roosevelt Skerrit. Let me hear him for myself. Yeah, I'll hear him. Let me hear Roosevelt Skerrit on the platform here, because I find it kind of out of order. Like you want a team of us go up there and put him out of office, me bad like that. We could work locally, we could work regionally too. Don't get tired of us, you know. Yeah. Let me hear what Roosevelt Skerrit had to say, you know. Let me see if we could pull you up nice, right? Yeah. So let's see, Roosevelt Skerrit, let me hear what you had to say.
We are going for 15-0 the next time. But all I am asking the political leader for is to leave St. George West for me. St. George Northwest. St. George Northwest, I will deal with.
You come in and deal with what? You better hope we don't come and take vehicles. Yeah? You feel I don't know about Crapo Valley and all them areas there, you know. Careful we don't come and take vehicles from you, you know. You're coming in Grenada and talking about St. George Northwest. You better study to go and deal with Grand Bay. That's what you better study to go and deal with. Coming in Grenada talking about 15. Yeah, talk about 15. It wouldn't be the NNP getting 15 nil, you know. Yeah, we'll be winning 15 nil. We ain't going to be on the receiving end. We will be on the giving end. Yes, so I hope you know, because we know that many times you have said on the platform that you want a 50, you want all the seats. Keith Mitchell getting Grenada and you want it too. So we know there's jealousy there. But let me hear you again.
Did I hear someone say 15 love? We are going for 15-0 the next time. But all I am asking the political leader for is to leave St. George West for me. St. George Northwest. St. George Northwest, I will deal with.
Yeah, you go deal with St. George Northwest. You better hope St. George Northwest don't deal with you, because we'll send up some fellas on them and deal with all you. What you mean you go deal with St. George Northwest? That is a direct attack on Dr. Mitchell. That's a direct attack on Dr. Mitchell. Now, Roosevelt Skerrit has been the Prime Minister of Dominica for the last 25 years. Yeah? He has a habit, within the last few years, he has a habit of calling early elections. Yeah? So he calls early elections, and we realize this Prime Minister listening to him. Because in 2019, I think he called an early one, and then in 2022, he called an early one. After 2 years, he called one then. Yeah? Just now we come into the calls, but just remember, when you hear Roosevelt Skerrit come and he's speaking about things like this, let me just see if I could open here. You know, I had to take my time and open the right one. Yeah, so let me just open this. And let's hear Roosevelt Skerrit speaking here again on Sunday. Some of them just forget things too, you know. But let me hear him speaking on Sunday. Yeah, we want to hear what he was saying there. Right. I know some of them don't like to hear these people. But let me hear him.
Still, you can all attest that Prime Minister Mitchell demonstrated exceptional leadership and resilience in the wake of Hurricane Beryl, standing firm with his people during this time of difficulty. Having led Dominica through the devastation of Hurricane Maria.
Oh, you was the Prime Minister in Dominica at the time of Hurricane Maria? Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So you were the Prime Minister of Dominica at the time of Hurricane Maria. All right. Let me continue, yeah.
I understand the immense challenges that come with rebuilding after such destruction. And so I watched with admiration as Prime Minister Mitchell acted swiftly and decisively, mobilizing resources, providing comfort to those affected, and ensuring that recovery efforts are efficient and effective.
Right. So yeah, that's your boy, man. Yeah, you're talking about him and all of the nice things he do, and you're so proud of him and all kind of thing. But what you, Roosevelt Skerritt, must remember, Roosevelt Skerritt of Vieques. What? Yes, Crapo Valley. Yes, Vieques. Up on top the hill. Right. Yes, you. What you must remember, Roosevelt Skerritt, is that when Hurricane Maria hit and you was crying on TV about all that was going on around you, you must remember who it was that came and helped you.
I want to place, as I've done before on public record, our deepest appreciation to the Prime Minister and Chairman of the Authority, Dr. Mitchell, for his extraordinary support.
For his what? Because you want to go in his constituency now and play like you want to thank him for what? What you do? Let me hear what he give you?
For his extraordinary support after the passage of Tropical Storm Erica. The chairman has been in touch with me on a regular basis, on a very regular basis, following up, providing guidance, providing advice, providing...
Oh yeah? The same advice that you now turn around and giving to Deacon Mitchell and then praising Deacon Mitchell and saying that you're going and get rid of Dr. Mitchell, NNP in Dr. Mitchell constituency? Huh? You? Yeah? He gave you what? Dr. Mitchell gave you what? A million, I think somewhere they passed. But anyhow, yeah.
The chairman has been in touch with me on a regular basis, on a very regular basis, following up, providing guidance, providing advice, providing suggestions, and providing moral support during these very difficult times. As of course, you know...
But you came to Grenada, go in his constituency, stand up on a stage, saying 15-0 against him, and then come in and say that how you personally come in and do the work in that constituency. Come, we waiting on you. Come, we waiting, come.
He had the profound experience with Ivan in 2004, and so he's coming with a very strong experience and knowledge. And strong battle scars. And I've been told on strong battle scars, being one of the old guards, in the leadership of the Caribbean. So I've been very grateful for this, but also the mobilization, the self-mobilization of the Grenadian people. There has always been a very strong bond of friendship and special love between Dominica and Grenada, and the people of Grenada demonstrated that after the passage of Tropical Storm Erica, and they continue to do so. So I really want to thank public on behalf of the...
Scarrow, stay in your place, mind your business. Stay in your place and mind your business. No, seriously. Stay in your place and mind your business. I have no problem. Let's just get it straight. No problem with a regional prime minister coming here and coming and speak on... if they want to speak on general issues, they want to speak on organization of your party, they want to say get ready for election and what you as a supporter of that party needs to do. I don't even mind giving you a little bit of information on what your political leader and your party has been doing on a regional level. I don't think, but you see this kind of thing about you coming personally to come and work in constituency for the same man that was sitting down next to you there. Any Dominican, they tell him that was on the 9th of October 2015 after Hurricane Eric, not Maria, Hurricane Eric passed. I come into the phone line in a while, the whole day. Yeah? Just remind him that was when the storm passed, Hurricane Eric passed, level Dominica. And Dr. Mitchell, when you see him there, that wasn't Roosevelt Skerritt here in Grenada, That was Dr. Mitchell that went over to Dominica. Remember, former parliamentarian Honorable Nicholas Steele and a team going up, full up the boat of goods and heading up to Dominica to help them. And now you come in the same constituency, a man that led those efforts, that picked up the phone and called you and gave you advice and gave you direction when you was stand up crying in front of Dominicans, those that could have possibly see you in the world. You stand up crying on TV. I don't know if I remember that. About the country mashup. And all you're doing this at the country mashup. And all you're doing that. Now you talking in that kind of way. Now that is your attitude. I'll come into the phone lines in a while. All you hold on. I go say when to call. Yeah? Now you talking in that kind of way about Dr. Mitchell. And I want Dominicans to make sure that he get the message tonight. I want Dominicans to make sure that he get the message tonight. Because if he come in for us, we come in for he. Like you want your runner winning to end. No, there's only fear, because you have to remember that some of the people who have been living in Dominica for the last few years were people that came out from where? The New National Party. One of them passed to the great beyond just a couple weeks ago. It was people from the New National Party that were there helping him. Not from the NDC. People from the New National Party that were there helping him. Yeah? The same Scarrow.
But I understand how important it is for us to defend our country and ensure that we have people who can stand in defense of our country, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I've said to those who are trying to interfere in our elections, that will not happen until when Roosevelt carried as Prime Minister of Dominica. The people of Dominica will decide who their next government is, ladies and gentlemen. Not no outside interference.
Oh, outside interference, you know about that? Okay, no, we want to hear you properly, because we hear you talking our language there just now. We want to hear you properly, Scarrow.
Country, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I've said to those who are trying to interfere in our elections, that will not happen until when Roosevelt carried as Prime Minister of Dominica. The people of Dominica will decide who their next government is, ladies and gentlemen. Not no outside interference. Not no outside interference. But these guys, they're colluding with these people outside. They're ganging up with these people outside to seek to destroy our country.
Oh yeah? So what are you trying to do in Grenada right now, bro? Yeah? What are you trying to do in Grenada right now? Scarrow, let me hear him again. You all need to hear him. You all need to hear him. Because a lot of us down here, they like the man. But when you come here and you make statement like that, Scarrow, quite frankly, go to hell.
But I understand how important it is for us to defend our country and ensure that we have people who can stand in defense of our country, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I've said to those who are trying to interfere in our elections, that will not happen until when Roosevelt carried as Prime Minister of Dominica. The people of Dominica will decide who their next government is, ladies and gentlemen. The people of Dominica will decide who their next government is, ladies and gentlemen. Not no outside interference. Who their next government is, ladies and gentlemen. Not no outside interference.
Anyway, enough for you. Bye-bye. Right. 440737. So, hold on now. Follow the instructions. I will tell you when to call. Right. Yeah. You can. That's the same man, you know. That's the same man. What you were saying there just now? Yeah, we hear him just now, you know. We hear the same man that you hear talking about nobody ain't coming in his country and interfere in his elections and that kind of thing. The same man. The same man you just hear there. That's the man that was talking on Sunday in the NDC thing here. I know if they feel that we do. Yeah, no, you did. Watch. Don't play with us down here, boss. Don't play with us. Don't come with that shopping. Stay in your place with that.
Did I hear someone say 15 love? We are going for 15-0 the next time.
Who? We? Who is the we? You have 21 seats in your country. Who is the we? So you must be talking about Grenada. So who is the we? Anyway.
But all I am asking the political leader for is to leave St. George West for me. St. George Northwest.
You want St. George Northwest? Leave it for you. You go do the work. All right, you guys come and do the work. While you're doing the work here, we go do the work up there. Don't worry. You're playing with us?
St. George Northwest, I will deal with.
Yeah, we ain't too worried about Philip J. Pierre because he's just waiting to go. Philip J. Pierre, you're lucky if you get 4 seats in Parliament this time around. Folks, look at call now, 4407377. We have a call outline. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, good night.
Good night.
Sheldon, I don't believe what I just saw and heard. But tonight, Sheldon, for sure, there is a lot of NDC supporters tuning into this program. No if, but, maybe, or perhaps about it. There are a lot of them now tuning into this program. What I want them to do is to call Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and tell him an MP and the MP of St. George's Northwest have dot on Skerrit. Let him call Skerrit now to find out what dot we have on him. That's it. He had Skerrit on his platform, his stage on Sunday. NDC supporters listening, take it from an NMP supporters. Call Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and tell him NMP and Dr. Kit Mitchell, holder of that St. George's Northwest seat for umpteen years, over 23 years as a little seat. Call him and tell him there is dot on Skerrit. Let him find out from Skerrit what dot there is on him. Sheldon, continue with the program.
Thank you so very much, my dear. I don't know how to do Scarrow. Scarrow forgetting thing. You want to go in St. George Northwest? The same St. George Northwest person who's sitting down next to you there, whether it's Iran, whether it's not Iran, you want to come out? Come. We call you come.
I want to place, as I've done before on public record, our deepest appreciation to the Prime Minister and Chairman of the Authority, Dr. Mitchell, for his extraordinary support after the passage of Tropical Storm Eric. The chairman has been in touch with me on a regular basis, on a very regular basis, following up, providing guidance, providing advice, providing suggestions, and providing moral support during these very difficult times. As of course, he had the profound experience with Ivan in 2004, and so he's coming with a very strong experience and knowledge.
What you should advise the Prime Minister of Grenada is to talk to the person with all the experience who gave you all the knowledge that you have in relation to dealing with hurricane and disaster right now, because he dealt with it before. And as was said towards the end of that, he has the scars to show. So that is what you should do. You should advise him, hey, you are somebody better than me to talk to you right in your own place. We have a caller online. Hello.
Good night, Sheldon.
Good night, my dear. How are you doing?
I'm good.
They are waiting for Scarrow.
What a fine Scarrow. The Scarrow, he should be shamed to come here and tell Grenadians that. Because if Dr. Kit Mitchell help him in the country, that is better better Mitchell. He should be never saying that about Dr. Mitchell, because Dr. Mitchell helped him very well in Down Monica and uplift Down Monica. That is what if they can, according to the lady, if they can mess on him, not this Dr. Mitchell. He want to talk about. He want to take this constituency. He has to will and come again.
Thank you so very much, my dear.
You're welcome.
All right. You want to come? Yes, Teresa. Let me use Doc words. Troops. You come in with Grenada and you're them, yeah! Folks, that is, I kind of hinted at that last night. And let me take this call and then I'll come back to that point. I won't forget it. Let me come back to that particular point. Hello, good night. Oh, the wrong one. Yeah, hello, good night.
Hey.
Yes, sir, you're live. Go right ahead.
Hypocrisy is a bad thing. Ungratefulness is a wicked thing. When he start to unplay itself or unroll itself in front of you, people just think it's witchcraft, I
hope you know jealousy is a bad thing too.
But the thing about it again is that they doesn't have no memory.
They jealous Dr. Mitchell. They're telling you straight. They jealous him.
More than jealousy, deadly, That's what caused the revolution in Grenada in 79, you know, jealousy. Okay. If you could have those clips and them for me, I don't know how you could get it to them after the election when we knock them out. Just let Deacon call the election when he get the ball with 3 stumps on the ground and send those things to them for me, please.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much.
All right. Have a good night.
If they're so sure again 15-0, call the election. Let's see what happens now. If the NDC is so sure that they go call an election and they go win, if all is so sure on that, call it. Yeah, call it. Said all they played with NNP. Said NNP is not just a local organization. It is a regional organization. We don't bother with all you in Dominica. All you want to bother with us and take the if to bother with all you know. Yeah? Because folks, understand what is taking place here. There is a club. Now the new national party is part of the CYDU. We have sister parties in nearly every country in the Caribbean, right? And outside of that, we have sister parties in nearly every country in the world. We have sister parties in Germany, in the UK, the US, in Canada, in nearly every single Central and South American countries. The new national party has sister parties. As far as Australia, New Zealand, yeah, Eastern Europe, we have sister parties in all these places. In fact, at one point in time, and I don't speak much about myself with these things, I was the deputy chairperson of the IYDU. And that is a youth organization of millions of young people throughout the world. I didn't find it necessary to come and boast about that and all kind of things, but since they want to show their allegiance, we could show we thing too. Millions of young people around the world, and I was the deputy chair of that. I was the deputy chair of the regional branch of that body as well. So if they want to play that game, play the game with us. You want to come and get involved in we politics, then I think Grenadians should reserve the right to get involved in yours. Yeah? Plain and simple. You want to come in Dr. Mitchell constituency. So if the doc himself decide he want to come in your constituency, yeah, sorry for you. As you really don't want to go and interfere with Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell to make him come in your constituency. Because my friend, that will be your last election as Prime Minister. And we kid you not. And you know that. In the 2014 general election results, Carriacou stood on the stage and he said that Keith Mitchell has 15 seats in Grenada. I was looking for it, but that page seems to have been deleted. Keith Mitchell has 15 seats in Grenada. He got all the seats. And I want what Keith Mitchell have. I want all the seats in Dominica. In the 2019 general election, he repeated the same statement again. I want all the seats. We don't want no opposition. I want all the seats. In the 2022 general election, 2021 or 2022, 2022 general election, he repeated it again. He wants all it because he's jealous. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and the new national party. But it's the same person. Who knew you made those statements in the past? Who knew of different allegiances that you had before? Still, in your time of need, when he could have sat back and just do like some other regional prime ministers do. Okay, we will let the RSS pass and pick up some goods and just drop for them. He could have taken that approach. But he made sure that he came. He called you right through. He left his phone. In fact, this is the same Roosevelt Skerritt that when he came in as prime minister in the year 2000, said that he depended heavily on Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell for advice. It was the same Dr. Mitchell, the same Dr. Mitchell, that he, as the little fella that he was, I think where he was, 20-something years old or 30-something years, I think it was 20-something years old he was. And he came in as the prime minister after the two prime ministers before he dropped down and dead. And he came in as the prime minister of Dominica. I think he was the minister of education or something before, some other ministry he was in. And he became prime minister. And who he leaned on? The same Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell used to call to find out how to do this and how to do that and how to do the other. Now you want to come in his constituency? Mr. Man. All right. 440-7377, 3101. Yes, you can call now. Yeah, you can understand these people and them. But you're sending them clip in Dominica. Somebody over there go, are you sweet? I'm sending them in Dominica. Somebody go, are you sweet? And you, Philip JP, I know to send it to exact Spider. Spider, Mr. Leonard Spider Montu. Spider, yes, on St. Teresa Street out there in Grosselet. Spider, somebody tell Spider I'm calling him. Spider, I have a clip for you. And you know, it's so bad that these people feel they can come here, repeat the NDC lies, and it have some people that they're able to fool with it, but because they are prime minister this or prime minister that out of this country or that country, that they can come here and repeat these lies and get away with it. We have a caller on the line. Let me just make sure. Yes, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Yeah, briefly once again.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you something. You see, listening to this thing here, you know, sometimes we have to see very far before we take a decision. Been very critical of CSME. Put this in context. Yeah? We have set up a CSME regime. A one Carriacou, you know, one system, one economy. Just imagine when people start to flood in here with full rights like us, what will happen? We have to see very far, and I'm critical of this thing because I know what it's going to cause. That's why I talk most of the time very early to alert people, say, look in the distance before you sign on the dotted line, because I know what's going to happen when we have this regime set up in full and people start to flood. Everybody want to come here, but I know we're going to have problems. So what this gentleman is saying there, if because his country become part of the system, he have rights. Yeah? So just take it in this context. He have rights, and that is the damage that will be done. So are you seeing beyond that? You seeing the clashes there? I'm frightened.
I hear you, my brother. I hear you.
Take care.
All right, thank you. All right, folks. Yeah, let me hear something more. You say one more, not much. One more. We say, and then we go here.
Last year, you can all attest that Prime Minister Mitchell demonstrated exceptional leadership and resilience in the wake of Hurricane Beryl, standing firm with his people during this time of difficulty.
Your boss, the hurricane was coming and this man went in Barbados and watched cricket. We're talking about standing firm with his people. The man went in Barbados and watched cricket. Hey. Anyhow.
Having led Dominica through the devastation of Hurricane Maria, I understand.
Just remember who was the person that was there with you. Eh? All right, Papa. Nice. Just remember. Just saying, yeah.
And the immense challenges that come with rebuilding after such destruction. And so I watched with admiration as Prime Minister Mitchell acted swiftly and decisively. But
yeah, man, providing comfort and thing. The man went Barbados, bro. The man didn't bother with us here. He went in Barbados and watched cricket. The hurricane was coming, and this guy went to Barbados and watched cricket. Yeah? So when you're talking about him, just remember that part. But let me hear what else you had to say here. Let me see. Yeah, this one is what I really wanted to play. Yeah, I'd played that one before, so let me play this one.
In your first term in office, the Deacon Mitchell-led government delivered on commitments such as removing school fees and addressing outstanding pension payments for public officers.
Scarrett, number one, people still paying things in the school. Maybe they don't call it school fees in full, but parents and all is still, yeah, right. So it ain't totally gone, right? Nice, right. And then paying pension, Mr. Scarrett, you may need to do some review. That one, you understand? Yeah, you might have to do some review and check. Because number one, the courts, you know about court, right? Yeah, you know about court. I think you know about court. The courts were the ones that reinstituted pension here in Grenada because the new National Party, not the NDC, the new National Party did not challenge the judgment of the court. And it is not the first time, it is the second time when it comes to this issue of pensions. that the New National Party did not challenge and allowed the ruling of the court to stand. And it was under an NDC government that the case came in the first place. The first case came in the first place. So the payment simply had to be made. So to come and claim that as a victory and they pay pension. Mister, watch. Read and find out about Grenada before you come and talk stupidness here. Right.
Immediate relief to thousands of families across the length and breadth of Grenada, Petit Martinique, and Carriacou.
That's not achievement of them. The money to pay them came from the New National Party, and the New National Party didn't challenge the case. And it was not the New National Party that took away pension in the first place. Was the revolutionary government. So check yourself. Anyhow.
His handling of the post-COVID, post-hurricane burial recovery, securing a $44 million payout.
Again, stop talking stupidness, Caro. He didn't secure no payment. That was put in place because of Hurricane Ivan back in the year 2007. It came out of Hurricane Ivan. It was the New National Party. The same Dr. Keith Mitchell constituency that you stand up in there. The same Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. Right? Honorable Gregory Bowen and others were the ones that came up with the concept that is now being used nationally and internationally in relation to hurricane relief. To put together that so it's not no Deacon Mitchell that put that together. Mr. Man, know what you're saying when you come here.
And activating a debt suspension to redirect funds towards rebuilding demonstrated your foresight and decisive action.
What foresight? Hello. The reason he could have a debt redirection was because the New National Party, after what happened in 2004, ensured that any loans that were taken, any debt that was being incurred, that there was the debt clause, the hurricane clause in it. So that if you had a hurricane, you could suspend debt payments for a period of time so that you rebuild your country and then you restart your debt payments. That is not no foresight by no Deacon Mitchell. Catch yourself.
Oh, dear Prime Minister.
Oh, dear Prime Minister, help me. I feel we in North Korea. 440-7377. Sorry, I'm calling on the WhatsApp call back. 440-7377-34732. You have to come in here to lie for us. They don't even know what they're talking about. They just come in and repeat the lies of these people. The $44 million, the SIP funds, yes, that did not come because of any Deacon Mitchell. That came because of Keith Mitchell. You're on the wrong Mitchell, brother. The wrong Mitchell. The right constituency, but the wrong Mitchell. Stop coming here to try and bamboozle Grenadian people with your stupidness. No, nah, man. If all you come in here, come and talk sense. Come and talk about building party structures. Come and talk about regional unity. Come and talk about them kind of thing. Because remember, you are the same individual on the 26th of November 2019 made the following statement down there in Maho. That's the name of the place? Right. So on the 26th of November 2019, you made that statement, eh?
And ensure that we have people who can stand in defense of our country, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I've said to those who are trying to interfere in our elections, that will not happen until when Roosevelt carried his Prime Minister of Dominica. The people of Dominica will decide who their next government is, ladies and gentlemen. Not no outside interference.
Oh, like you. Right, like you. No outside interference, right? Yeah, the people of Dominica. But when it comes to Grenada, Carriacou will say who's the Prime Minister, right? Nice, yeah. Talking about winning over and over and thing. Yeah, watch if I hear the rest of that thing. Man, hey.
The people of Dominica will decide who their next government is, ladies and gentlemen. Not no outside interference. Not no outside interference. But these guys, they're colluding with these people outside. They're ganging up with these people outside to seek to destroy our country.
So who ganging up and colluding to destroy our country right now? This country. Yeah? You're so worried about yours, but who ganging up and colluding? Why ain't come there and talk about what's going on with the Cuban doctors that you have? Yeah? You should be talking about what's taking place with the Cubans right now, the Cuban doctors and medical people, because your medical system is heavily engaged with that system. None of us want to see the Cubans go. You ain't come to talk about that, but you come to lie to Grenadian and all. What else do these people and them? Phone lines. I stop playing clips now. Phone lines. Let's go to the phone lines. 440-7377. I'm sorry to those of you that were trying to call again when I was playing the clips. Sorry about that. Right? 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, those are the numbers for you to call and get. Okay, we have a call. Oh God, I had to take this one. Hello, good night.
Hey, my brother.
Hey, how you go?
Well, I'm all right. But listening this guy talking, I said that tautology make me want to ask her 2 questions.
Right now, I think I want to do a talking points, Dominica. I go learn patois, don't worry. I think I'm doing a program for Dominicans from now on. We go do that at a different night. I might take Friday nights and do it. I go learn patois. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the questions I want to ask, is there St. George's Northwest in Dominica?
St. George Northwest? No.
In Dominica?
No.
No, you don't?
No.
Well, how come he's saying that he's not a Dominican?
The man say that in Dominica on the 26th of November in the year 2019, the man say he allowing nobody to come and get involved in Dominican politics. So go ahead.
Okay, so do so. Ain't like so. Okay, fine. The other thing is here. Towards the things that he's saying about what Deacon Mitchell did for Grenada after Ivan, how he moved swiftly. I wonder if up to now a lot of buildings, maybe the majority of buildings in Carriacou and Petit Matnik are not up yet. A year something passed already from after the hurricane?
A year has not passed yet. It will be a year in the 1st of July, I think, yeah.
Okay. And up to now, those buildings are not up yet. People are still, some of them I think, on the steps and in tents. How could that be swift? What about that swift? And where was Deacon Mitchell when Hurricane Beryl was coming? Wasn't he somewhere in Barbados or something, so watching a match?
Yeah.
And when he do reach, and the journalists are...
He leave here when the hurricane going in. He leave while the hurricane going and coming and going.
Okay. And if he was so decisive and he was here with us, how come when they ask him, what did he have to say to the Grenadian people for leaving us in our times of trouble? What was it? Did he give any answer? The answer he gave wasn't something like nothing. What did he have to say to the Grenadian people?
He has nothing to say to them.
Okay.
He has nothing to say to them.
How could this man be so decisive and powerful and do so much thing for us? Well, I can remember. I know I'm in Grenada all my life. I don't know. I've been in Carriacou for many years. I don't know. I can see all these things you're talking about. I wonder if he's not making a mistake with the Mitchells. Because I know that kid did a lot of things, but that was way back in 2004.
He better go and sort out Marigot and Maho.
Wasn't the same Kit Mitchell that was an advisor to him? When he always asked for advice? When he in trouble? When he having problem? Wasn't the same Kit Mitchell? How could he stand there and so conveniently forget? When he spoke about he had this problem with the hurricane and how to build it back, how could he so conveniently forget to call the name of the person that was there with him? And he asked for advice. The person that gave him, I think it's over $1 million or something like that, and was there with him all along. How he forget that? Why in the building back he could not mention the person who was there with him? He forget that? Why is he ashamed? I don't think a big man like he can be bought so easy by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell. Something have to be wrong with this guy. Please, I think we need to do a lot of things to let people know, like you are doing. We have to do a lot of things to let people know that NNP had always been the party for the people. And many of them who was in the crowds and laughing and clapping and things, they are just as foolish, I'm sorry to say that, like the Prime Minister, because if a leader could stand up on a platform which brings message all over the world, because this thing, it is broadcast across the world, I believe, and say these things, you are clearly saying to people that you want division, you want hatred, you want people kill one another, and you are not the Prime Minister of the whole of Grenada. You are Prime Minister of the NDCs in Grenada. You're not the Prime Minister of the NNPs and those who stand on the fence and they're not on either side. You are not their Prime Minister. So right now we, the people who is NNPs, we don't have a Prime Minister in Grenada. We don't have one. NDC have Prime Minister. We don't have. And we will have to try to beg him, please, to call an election so that we will get a Prime Minister for everybody, for the NDCs and for the NNPs, and even for Deacon Mitchell, because he need a Prime Minister, he need guidance. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much, my brother. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. We still have enough time to take a couple calls. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. No one, and let me repeat again because we don't want anybody to take our words and twist it. We have no problems with Prime Ministers from other countries coming here and so on. But you see, when you come disrespectful, we go deal with you. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm good. What I just want to say, I am listening to the program there, and that same Scarrett, who is heaping praise on Deacon, after the process of burial, I think it was that same Scarrett. I didn't hear him heap praise on Deacon. I hear he was heaping praise on Ralph Gonzalez and said, thank God St. Vincent has a leader, a man with experience, a man that knows how to handle things. Why wasn't he praising Deacon at that time? Why didn't he call his name to say anything about Deacon at that time?
I remember that statement. I remember that statement in truth. Yes, you're correct. I remember that statement.
See if you get it and play it. Yeah. Oh no, Deacon so good, so can so that. Why didn't he say that after burial passed? I had to call you to tell you that and to remind you.
Yes, he
Let
did.
Grenadians remember he never praised Deacon the time of the election. The thing was Gonzalez he praised. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, caller. That caller is absolutely. I remember that statement. I will go and find it. I remember that statement. He did make the statement that because you had leadership there that was experienced and so on, that is the reason that St. Vincent was being able to do all the things that they were doing at the point in time. I remember that. Yeah. That caller is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. 440-7377. I'll find it. I wouldn't be able to find it for tonight, but I'll find it. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the number. Well, the first one. The second one is not working. I hope that the company could sort it out by tomorrow. Yeah, but it is not working. So 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Boy, I have a few things to advertise, but I do not have it on the system. Yeah, change the system. Bring it in. Understand? I want to make sure that I have it on the system tomorrow night. Yes, and make sure that I have it so I could broadcast it and put it out and them kind of things. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night.
How you doing?
Sheldon, when I was growing up, I could remember my old grandmother used to say, dog tongues is mash. Dr. Mitchell and expect nothing else from that man than dog tongues. You understand, these fellas and them just forget quickly. And I don't know what he was looking for or what fame he's looking for. But tell him he don't ready yet. He can't come there and do nothing. Forget it. He's a waste of time. He can't come in here to move Dr. Mitchell. Okay, so tell him keep himself quiet here. Tell him keep himself quiet.
All right, thank you so very much, brother. And these are the same people who are speaking about age and all kind of thing and now telling Deacon Mitchell that they want him to still be in the position of Prime Minister at the age of 80. The same Roosevelt Scarrett, saying on stage, and I'm not talking about a personal conversation, the man stand up in front of the people and tell them that he want The same Deacon Mitchell to be Prime Minister of Grenada. Up until he's the age of 80, he must still be the Prime Minister of Grenada. You come here and you're wishing that on Grenadian people? And the same party that was talking about people age as a reason why they need to step aside and that kind of thing? Man, all you're joking. All you must go watch if all you get a chance. Go and listen. I don't play any whole thing here. I don't play in it. Yeah? Yes, my friend. Yes, guy. They too hypocrite. Yes, indeed. They hypocrite. You know what I do them? Always remember the good that people do for you. Yeah? Always remember the good that people do for you.
As I've done before on public record, our deepest appreciation to the...
We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Oh, yeah, Brother Sheldon. Good evening, sir.
Hey, how you do?
I'm good, man.
All right, go right ahead.
Kind of a little better tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, watch me. These people and them, they're really not easy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
After the Prime Minister said that after 83, right, the government of Grenada, NNP, had done nothing whatsoever, you know. Nothing in Grenada but the CRIF money, right? The pension money, right? And all the other benefits, all the other projects, every other thing that has been realized at this time. Isn't that done or put forward from the last administration?
Oh, the CRIF money is something that comes out from the New National Party.
Yeah.
It's the New National Party that joined that in the year 2007. We were one of the first people to join it. Nothing to do with the NDC.
You see, they so like to deceive people. And that is being deceitful, eh? And some of our people here in Grenada jumping up, clapping, boasting up the Prime Minister because he opened him out, what jumping out, because I can't even understand yet how come he made that statement last night.
Well,
but it
Sunday
was
night.
Good
Sunday night.
Sunday night. It was a good because a lot of people kind of catching up on it now. Lots of persons picking up on that statement. You know, but anyways, it is to their detriment. Have a good night.
All right, my brother.
Yes.
Let me just remind people quickly, you see, sometimes you hate what you like, you think, you understand. You have to remember.
Please, as I've done before on public record, our deepest appreciation to the Prime Minister and Chairman of the Authority, Dr. Mitchell, for his extraordinary support after the passage of Tropical Storm Eric.
All right, so it was extraordinary, it wasn't even just ordinary. Okay, all right. Okay.
The chairman has been in touch with me on a regular basis, on a very regular basis, following up, providing guidance, providing advice, providing suggestions, and providing moral support during these very difficult times. As of course, he had the profound experience with Ivan in 2004, and so he's coming with a very strong experience and knowledge. And strong battle scars. And I've been told on strong battle scars, being one of the old guards, in the leadership of the Caribbean.
Yeah, you know that, right? And you want to come in his constituency to say you're going and you know that. Talking about 15-0 and Lee St. George Northwest. Well, all you so interested in St. George Northwest. All you only talking about St. George Northwest, better check out all your own seat, and some of you can check out all your own seat and all your own country. Yeah? That's all I have to say. Yeah, check out all your thing.
Did I hear someone say 15 love? We are going for 15-0 the next time. But all I am asking the political leader for is to leave St. George West for me. St. George Northwest. St. George Northwest I will deal with.
You will deal with St. George Northwest here. You better hope St. George Northwest does. We have some serious soldiers there. We send them into battle by you because you are a face election this year for sure. Yes, some St. George Northwest soldiers start to volunteer. Yeah, you might have to go and help the UWP update. Just remember, it's the same man who was saying back in the 26th.
But I understand how important it is for us to defend our country and ensure that we have people who can stand in defense of our country, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I've said to those who are trying to interfere in our elections, that will not happen until while Roosevelt carried as Prime Minister of Dominica. The people of Dominica will decide who their next government is, ladies and gentlemen. Not no outside interference. Not no outside interference. But these guys, they're colluding with these people outside. They're ganging up with these people outside to seek to destroy our country.
Yeah, they seek to destroy your country. Yeah. What are you trying to do to we right now? Anyway, folks, before I leave, understand this. There's a concerted effort by that grouping. Prime Minister Pierre and his SLP government, the St. Lucia Labour Party of St. Lucia. The St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party of St. Kitts, right? You have also to a lesser extent, the Labour Party of St. Vincent, and definitely the Dominican Labour Party of course, Dominica. There's a grouping amongst them where they have decided to install like-minded governments throughout the region. So they are working in tandem, and they said it from the stage. There's a lot that was said that I did not play tonight. They went as far as to say that from the stage. Both Prime Minister Pierre of St. Lucia and Prime Minister Skerritt of Dominica went as far as to say that there is a working relationship between those parties, that they want to enforce which governments they want in different countries. But let me tell all you something. Sooner rather than later, the only Prime Minister Pierre in the region going to be Emmalin Pierre. No Philip J. The only Prime Minister that carries the surname Pierre is going to be named Emmalin and will be from the island of Grenada. Put that in your pipe and don't necessarily smoke it because smoking bad for you. You could put it in your pipe, but don't smoke it because smoking is bad. We still care about you. We want not happen to your lungs and them kind of thing. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being with you. And in everything that you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to you and with you and definitely not about you. Let me play a Dominican song. Let me play a Dominican song for them, man. Watch. I say I learn in Patois. I'm going and do a program for Dominica. Yeah. I'm doing a Dominican program and shoot. Serious.